Strategy formulation. Content. Define strategy formulation, need of strategy formulation, steps of strategy formulation, problems in strategy formulation, and levels of strategy. So, what is strategy formulation? Strategy formulation refers to the process of choosing the most appropriate course of action for the realization of organizational goals and objectives, and thereby achieving the organizational vision. Need of strategy formulation. To achieve the organizational goals effectively and efficiently, to become more competitive, to maximizing the profit, to make a large market share, and so on. 5 steps strategy. The managerial process of crafting and executing a company's strategy is an ongoing, continuous process consisting of 5 integrated stages. First is setting organization's objectives, evaluating the organizational environment, setting quantitative targets, performance analysis, and choice of strategy. So for setting organization's objectives, the key component of any strategy statement is to set long-term objectives of the organization. It is known that strategy is generally a medium for realization of organizational objectives. Objectives stress the state of being there, whereas strategy stresses upon the process of reaching there. Strategy includes both the fixation objectives as well as the medium to be used to realize those objectives. Thus, strategy is a wider term which believes in the manner of development of resources so as to achieve the objectives. While fixing the organizational objectives, it is essential that the factors which influence the selection of objectives must be analyzed before the selection of objectives. Once the objectives and the factors influencing strategic decisions have been determined, it is easy to take strategic decisions. Second is evaluating the organizational environment. The next step is to evaluate the general economic and industrial environment in which the organization operates. This includes a review of the organization's competitive position. It is essential to conduct a qualitative and quantitative review of an organization's existing product line. The purpose of such a review is to make sure that factors important for competitive success in the market can be discovered, so that the management can identify their own strengths and weaknesses, as well as their competitors' strengths and weaknesses. After identifying its strengths and weaknesses, an organization must keep a track of competitors' moves and actions so as to discover probable opportunities of threats to its market or supply sources. Third is setting quantitative targets. In this step, an organization must practically fix the quantitative target values for some of the organizational objectives. The idea behind this is to compare which long-term customers so as to evaluate the contribution that might be made by various product zones or operating departments. Fourth is the performance analysis. Performance analysis includes discovering and analyzing the gap between the planned or desired performance, a critical evaluation of the organization's past performance, present condition, and the desired future conditions must be done by the organization. This critical evaluation identifies the degree of gap that persists between the actual reality and the long-term aspirations of the organization. An attempt is made by the organization to estimate its probable future condition if the current trends persist. Lastly is the choice of strategy. This is the ultimate step in the strategy formulation. The best course of action is actually chosen after considering organizational goals, organizational strengths, potential and limitations, as well as the external opportunities. Next is problems of strategy formulation. First is lack of awareness, no proper information. Second is kidding themselves syndrome, no flow of any information. Third is vested interests of the managers, personal interest affects professional interest. Excessive involvement in everyday operational problem, no time for studying information. Fifth is resistance to change. And lastly, inability on the part of the top management. So for the last topic to discuss is levels of strategy. We have 3 levels of strategy. These are corporate level strategy, business level strategy, and functional level strategy. First is corporate level strategy. This is strategy formulated at corporate level by top management to oversee the interests and operation of organizations, dealing with the objectives of firm, acquisition and allocation of resources, and coordination of strategy of various units. It applies to the enterprise as a whole. It explains the business in which a firm will compete and how it should utilize its resources. It occupies the highest level of strategic decision making. Second is business level strategy. This is strategy formulated at business level by managers. It concerns with managing the interests and operations of a particular line of business, a managerial game plan for a single business. Here, strategy is about which product or services should be developed and offered to which market and to which customers. Lastly is the functional level strategy. A functional strategy is a short-term game plan for a key functional area within a company. Functional strategies help in implementing grand strategy. It's focused on external environment. We have types of functional strategies. First is marketing strategy. Second is operation strategy. Third is research and development strategy. Fourth is information system strategy. Fifth is HR strategy or the human resource. And lastly, we have the financial strategy. So that's the end of our report and hope you learned something. Thank you.